the Technology Center on the campus of Herkimer College. This is HCTV News, a student-produced newscast covering Herkimer County and the community it serves.
Hello, I'm Sean Messier and welcome to HCTV News from Herkimer College. We're here every Thursday afternoon this semester at 5 o'clock with a full half-hour newscast produced by students enrolled in communication arts programs here at Herkimer. HCTV News is a production of advanced video production students. This past Tuesday, Amnesty International held their 5th annual Jamnesty event on campus in Alumni Hall. At it, students were encouraged during the function to write a letter and save a life, an activity that is common at Amnesty International events. The event took place between 12 noon and 3 p.m. and featured live music, refreshments, and prizes. To find out more about Amnesty International and upcoming events related to the group, you can visit their website at www.amnestyusa.org. It's now just a little over a month until Herkimer College's commencement ceremony. If you're planning on graduating in May, here are a few reminders. Caps and gowns can be picked up in the college bookstore starting this past Monday, April 14th, through Wednesday, May 7th. Remember to bring a photo ID. Also, each guest who enters the gym for the ceremony requires a ticket. Along with caps and gowns, tickets can be picked up at the bookstore this past Monday, April 14th through Wednesday, May 7th. They are limited. According to a letter sent home to students, the earlier you get your cap and gown, the more likely you are to get the maximum number of guest tickets, which is 4. Last night, HCTV aired its first episode of Play to the Camera of this school year as Brian Howell and the Standalones took the stage in what was the first of 2 episodes scheduled for this semester. The show started at 9 and was open to the public to be a part of the live studio audience. Paige Horrender hosted as the Standalones rocked the stage in the television studio right here where the HCTV News set is currently sitting. To see last night's episode and other past Play to the Cameras, visit our YouTube channel, and don't forget to tune in next Wednesday night at 9. Brady Lawrence will host as Frankfurt metal group SIO takes the stage. Just a reminder, if you're enrolled in certain communication arts courses, you may need fieldwork hours. There are many opportunities available throughout the semester to fulfill this requirement, including HCTV's Play to the Camera, which is an episode upcoming next Wednesday. For more information on working next week's Play to the Camera and other fieldwork opportunities, check the TC building for sign-up sheets or come see Mr. Flanagan. If you're a fan of Herkimer College's MERP's Rock and Roll Circus music showcases at the Tremontaine Cafe in Utica, then have no fear because MERP stock is almost here. For the first time ever, Herkimer's music industry program will be putting on an outdoor festival-style concert on the last day of classes, May 7th, right here on campus. Bands to take the stage that day include Brian Howell and the Standalones, Haley Kromick, Billy Muha, and Jason Davis and the New Philosophers. Also, don't forget about the next music industry showcase at the Tram on Friday, May 2nd. With recent events like the stabbing that occurred on campus, some might not be feeling entirely safe or protected on campus. HCTV News reporter Sean McCumber brings us more about the status of campus safety here at Herkimer College.
Hello, I'm Sean McCumber for HCTV News. It has been a year since the shooting involving Kurt Myers happened here in Herkimer. During this incident, students and faculty were put into a lockdown as the police chased after Myers. Nobody was allowed to leave the college campus until the occurrence had gotten to a more controlled situation. Since the shooting, the topic of campus safety has been a buzz amongst many students. Recently, this semester, campus safety has been quite busy dealing with the events that have occurred here on campus. On February 1st, new policies regarding the visitation of non-Herkimer College students were put into effect after a conflict between a Herkimer College student and visitors who do not attend Herkimer. Campus safety works hard to keep Herkimer College's campus safe. In addition to the limitations placed on visitations, guards were stationed at the gates to monitor all those who were coming in and out of the housing areas. Investigations on this matter took 2 weeks, and campus safety was able to track down the visitors who caused the disruption and send them letters of banishment. 3 Herkimer students who were involved in the fight were removed from campus housing. Herkimer College oversees the activities that happen both on the college campus and in their housing with surveillance cameras. These cameras are in no way meant to make the students feel like as though they are constantly being watched, but rather the college uses them to solve incidents quickly by using the cameras as an investigative tool. In the past 5 years, more than 150 cameras were installed for surveillance purposes. These policies stayed in effect for 3 weeks and have been lifted as of February 24th. Just a few days after the new policies on visits to campus housing were lifted, a stabbing occurred in Herkimer College's Reservoir Run apartment buildings. A previous student who was visiting a current Herkimer College student would not leave the apartment and created a conflict with a current student. The visitor headbutted and struck the Herkimer student with a chair. The student then proceeded to stab the visitor with a pair of scissors. The student was arrested by Herkimer Police Department. No search warrant was required to obtain the weapon. According to Dean of Students Dr. Matthew Hawes, Herkimer College is a very safe campus, and being in a small area, incidents do not happen very often. And when they do, the college reports on them to educate the community. Reporting for HCTV News, I'm Sean McCumber. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sean, for that report. There's more news straight ahead after the break during HCTV News here on HCTV. I'm Sean Messier. Chris Klausner will join us after the break. He's up next with your complete weather forecast. Stay with us.
Coming up next, the weather outlook for Herkimer and the surrounding areas here on HCTV News. Stay with us.
The Herkimer College Music Industry Program returns to the Tramontaine Cafe on Friday, May 2nd. It's Murph's Rock and Roll Circus live at the Tram. Acoustic tunes from Billy Muha, intricate improv jams from Copper Vein Clones, and raucous progressive rock and roll from Jason Davis and the New Philosopher. The Tram serves coffee and food. Bands associated with the Herkimer College Music Industry Programs serve up the tunes. Murph's Rock and Roll Circus. Live music at the Tram on Lincoln Ave in Utica, May 2nd. Brought to you by the Herkimer College Music Club.
Jump into the world of radio production and electronic media at Herkimer County Community College's 91.5 FM WVHC. When the semester kicks in, students take over the airwaves, turning their dreams and ideas into real live radio.
Topping Herkimer County Community College news today with graduation soon approaching.
Are you the next big voice? Find your home on the airwaves at Herkimer County Community College and WVHC. For more information, go to www.herkimer.edu.
Families come in all sizes and shapes. Sometimes your friends are your family by choice, or sometimes you're just stuck with Uncle Charles. Sometimes you've got an office family. Yes. And sometimes Team Family has got your back. But what we know is that you want to protect the people that are close to you. The flu can unravel everything. Your flu vaccine protects you and your family. No matter what draws your family together, protect yourself. Protect your family. Everyone needs a flu vaccine.
Now, the weather outlook for Herkimer and the surrounding areas here on HCTV News.
Welcome back to HCTV News here on HCTV. I'm Sean Messier.
And I'm Chris Klausner for HCTV News Weather.
So, Chris, it got a little warm at the beginning of the week, but it's gotten colder. So, can you tell us if we're going to see any more of the warmth in the future?
Well, after a few bad days there, it's going to look nicer towards the end of the week, and we'll start to see some sunshine on a consistent basis.
I won't complain about that.
All right, let's take a look at the weather wall. And our forecast brought to you by weatherunderground.com. And for the most part, clear, as there is not a lot of commotion happening right now in our area here in Central New York. And it's 49 degrees right now, clear. It's going to stay that way tonight. It's going to get a little chilly, but it's going to stay no clouds in the sky tonight. Low 30 degrees and a little windy, winds northwest from 10 to 15 miles per hour. And tomorrow it's going to warm up just a little bit, 64 degrees, mostly sunny. And we're going to see the winds dial down a little bit, only 8 miles per hour. And Saturday, high 63, low 40, and a small chance of rain and a windy day on Saturday. So watch out for that. And on Sunday, we're going to be another high of 63 and another low of 40. Also, a 20% chance of rain, very similar to Saturday. but it's partly cloudy. And now let's take a look at our extended outlook for the rest of the week. And on Monday, we're going to hit our high of 70, partly cloudy. And Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to see some of those April showers with a high of 62 on Tuesday and drops down to 51 on Wednesday.
Okay, Chris, hopefully those April showers bring some May flowers.
I think they will.
Thanks for that weather update. When we return, Melissa Krull is going to get you caught up on the latest regarding the Herkimer General sports teams. Stay with us.
Catch up with the Herkimer General sports teams. After the break, it's Sports Wrap here on HCTV News.
Make the right connections with your communication arts degree from Herkimer College. Interested in radio? Meant to DJ? Then Herkimer College's radio TV program is the program for you. Learn all about the radio industry, record your own show, or even produce a live one. The possibilities are endless. For more information about communication arts programs at Herkimer College, visit www.herkimer.edu.
I never get the flu.
My kids don't need more shots.
I don't have time.
We're all healthy.
No matter how you build your excuses, the flu can blow your house down.
I can't believe I used up all my sick time.
I missed a week of school during finals.
Now my baby has it because of me.
The hospital?
Keep your foundation strong. Vaccinate.
Good evening. Welcome to Sports Wrap here on HCTV News. I'm Melissa Krull, bringing you the latest on the Herkimer General sports teams. Well, the winning streak is over for the Herkimer Generals women's lacrosse team. After a game against Jefferson Community College yesterday, the Generals lost 15-9. Herkimer had a brief 3-2 lead in the first half. This was thanks to goals made by sophomores Courtney Canavan and Emily Kofel. But the lead was short-lived as the Cannoneers fought back in the second half with 6 unanswered goals, making the score 8-3 right off the bat, and later went on to win. The remainder of Herkimer's goals were scored by Nicole Evans and Alexis Cahy. Generals goalie Kristen Mensch saved 21 shots for the team. Herkimer's next match is this Saturday at 1 o'clock. They're hosting number 1 ranked Monroe Community College at Wareham Stadium. It was a rough night for the Generals men's lacrosse team also. They lost to Onondaga Community College with a final score of 30-2. The team's next game is tomorrow beginning at 3 at Wareham Stadium. They're taking on Tompkins Community College. As we all know, lacrosse isn't the only sport happening here at Herkimer College. The baseball season is in full swing. Earlier today, I spoke with Herkimer Generals baseball player Dennis Lyman. He's been playing since he was 5 years old, and he doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon.
I first started playing baseball when I was 5 years old, and I played my whole life. I started with t-ball, then Little League, Babe Ruth. I really started getting serious with baseball in 10th grade, where I played for a travel team in Chester, New York, down by New Jersey, called Frozen Rose. And then from there, I started looking into colleges. Didn't really have the best grades, so in 2012, in August, right before I came here, Herkimer called me, and he told me a lot of good things. I saw for myself on the website, I did a lot of research, and you know, the exposure here is amazing, so I had to come here. I hope to get out of this both in education and possibly a better contract to get to the next level, whether it's professional or college, like Division III, Division II, Division I. Right now, I'm actually looking at signing with Division II school, Lee University in Tennessee, in the next few days, hopefully. But we'll see how that goes.
You can see Dennis play for the Generals tomorrow at noon against Studi Adirondack. Check out HerkimerGenerals.com for a complete schedule of all the games coming up. Well, for today's edition of Sports Wrap, I'm Melissa Krull. Stick around, we'll hear your input on the question of the week when we come back.
You wouldn't knowingly let your children intake poison. Would you?
Time now for the HCTV News Question of the Week. It's your turn to express your thoughts on campus-wide issues.
Hello and welcome back to HCTV News here on HCTV. I'm Sean Messier. Thanks for joining us. Time now for our HCTV News Question of the Week, where we comb the campus looking for your on-camera input. This week, HCTV News reporter Sean McCumber was on campus asking students which nonprofit organizations they support and why.
Hello and welcome to this week's segment of HCTV News' Question of the Week. I'm Sean McCumber, and this week's question is, what nonprofit organization do you support and why? So which nonprofit organizations do you support and why?
I support the Stephen Swan Humane Society. I love animals, and I think that what they do is great for the community.
I support the American Red Cross because every time you give a pint of blood, you can save 3 lives, and that's a big deal nowadays when people don't always feel like they want to give blood or don't always think it's needed.
And the YWCA Mohawk Valley of Herkimer County. We provide services to survivors of sexual violence, both children and adults. And we're here today because we have our clothesline on display on the campus for 2 days this week. And the Clothesline Project is a collection of t-shirts made by survivors of sexual violence. So they sometimes will write about their story on the t-shirt, and then we put them up to help the person share their story. And that project got started by the idea of people not being able to talk about sexual violence, and that we were sort of taught to not kind of put like our dirty laundry out there, that's familiar saying. So that's where the idea of the Clothesline Project came from. So it's just a way to empower people to talk about what's happened to them.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
That's all the time we have for this week's segment of Question of the Week. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Sean. Be sure to tune in next week for another edition of the HCTV News Question of the Week. And don't be shy if you see our crew around campus Thursday afternoons looking for your opinion. Well, stay with us. Coming up after the break, Melissa Kroll will sit down with Herkimer BOCES broadcast occupations instructor Ryan DeMars. That's straight ahead in our Newsmaker segment right here on HCTV News. Stay with us.
Peaceful, calm, full of natural beauty. The Adirondack Park in upstate New York is the place for your outdoor adventures. Take a leisurely stroll as you browse the shops of scenic Old Forge. Take a dinner cruise along historic lakes. Boats depart at various times throughout the day from Old Forge Pond. Or head deep into the Adirondacks for a true wilderness experience. Set up at your own private campsite. Build a roaring fire. Take a relaxing canoe ride. Enjoy the natural splendor that's just up the road. The Adirondack Park, where you can get away from it all without going too far away. Are you ready to go? Then go ahead and visit www.apa.state.ny.us for details regarding your next Adirondack adventure.
Hello and welcome back to HCTV News. I'm Sean Messier. Thanks for joining us. We're here each week at this time with a 30-minute newscast produced by Herkimer College radio TV broadcasting majors. This live weekly newscast is a production of RT 263, an advanced video production class offered here at Herkimer College. Up next, Melissa Kroll has a special guest in our live Newsmaker segment. Melissa?
Thanks, Sean. That's right. My name is Melissa Kroll, and today I'm joined by Ryan DeMars, who is the Broadcast Occupations Instructor at HFHO BOCES. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
For people who don't know what a BOCES institution is, could you just talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. The BOCES actually stands for Board of Cooperative Education Services, and what it does is it's kind of a central hub between in the center of component school districts. We currently serve 10 districts, And the services we provide for them are not only special education services, but career tech education services. The program that I teach, the Broadcast Occupations program, which will be getting a name change next year. We'll be calling it Media Arts and Entertainment. But it's just to give the kids the education experience of what it takes to be job ready, career ready, and to be successful after high school or to be successful in a college and then life after college. But it's also more along the lines too of just helping out the component districts. We do like shared office experiences with them, like copying and shared staff experiences where we're able to offer up some of our staff to service them in their schools and some of the programs where they may need some extra help.
I actually attended BOCES, and I
Yes,
was
you
in your
did.
class.
Yes, you were.
Great class, by the way.
Thank you. You were a perfect student.
Oh, well, jeepers, thanks.
I gotta say though, I found it interesting that you just did the sports and now you're here interviewing with me. That was pretty cool. So,
well, thank you.
And I also have to say too, the whole setup here, you guys should be very proud of yourself. Very professional. This is just wonderful to come up here and see what you guys do in this program. I was a former student of this program many, many years ago here at Herkimer College, and just to see how it's progressed over the years, I'm very proud of what it's become and very proud of the work you guys do.
Well, we absolutely love it, and I can speak on behalf of, I'm sure, many of the media majors here, and we're very thankful for the facilities offered to us by Herkimer College. When I started at Herkimer BOCES, or HFHO BOCES, I wasn't certain if broadcasting was what I wanted to do, but I found out through your program that it was. And then vice versa, for some people, they'll start a program there and they'll realize it isn't for them.
Absolutely, and that's I think in my personal opinion, that's a wonderful thing, because what it allows them to do is, you know, you're graduating high school and you're saying to yourself, what do I want to do? You know, I need to have a career, I need to have something to do in life. What is it that I want?
Yeah.
And then you go to college and you may try something and you may say, boy, this really wasn't what I expected. This is not the right fit for me, you know. And I think that at a BOCES career tech program, it gives you that experience to really get your hands on of a certain trade industry, whether it's not just broadcasting, but I mean, we offer building and construction, culinary arts, cosmetology, just a vast list of programs that students can explore various careers and see if it's right for them before they actually take that step into college or into the working world.
Right, and it's free, which I think is a big plus, because
well, the home schools, they pay for it, but it's a service that the home school will offer the students, which I think is a wonderful, you know, it's kind of the helping each other out. You know, the home schools get the students to us, we get the students the experience. And then, I mean, I look at you, for example, with Poland. You were a former Poland student. Mm-hmm. Just the amount of experience you got in my program, the amount of experience you're getting here, you're working professionally in the field in the local Utica market, the experience you're getting there. I mean, that not only shines on my program and what the BOCES has done for you, but it also shines on your community in your hometown of Poland and your school district. You know, just the professionalism that you've got now that you carry about you and the way you go about your business. I mean, that just, it says a lot, you know, and I think that it's something that not only, like I said, I'm proud of, but your home school and your community should be proud of as well.
Well, jeepers, that's very kind of you. Thank you. And I feel like for myself, and a lot of my friends too who are from the HFHO BOCES program, who are actually, one's in the studio right now, Sean McCumber's technical directing right now, and we're all very thankful, and the opportunities that your program has provided us and the college were just outstanding. We'll be back with more after the break. You're watching HCTV News.
When you call 911, you want a trained emergency medical professional to take care of you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Emergency medical services is a community effort. That's why we want you to join our team. Consider becoming an emergency medical technician. Pull over when an ambulance is approaching. Learn CPR. Urge your elected officials to support emergency medical services. Together, we can save lives.
Ah, there's nothing like the changing of the seasons. The waterways are less crowded. The temperatures are colder. And for many unprepared or inexperienced boaters, it's the perfect opportunity to set sail, dip paddle, or let that motor rip. But there's one thing that never changes regardless of the season, and that's always remembering to wear a life jacket. A message from the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation.
Welcome back to HCTV News here on HCTV. I'm Melissa Kroll, and I'm joined by Ryan Demars tonight, who is from HFHO BOCES, and he's the broadcast occupations instructor there. And some exciting news for HFHO BOCES, right? A new program?
Absolutely. We're going to be starting up an aviation maintenance program next year, which I think is pretty cool. We just had a small little plane donated to us that the students are going to be able to work on, and it's going to offer them a lot of opportunities with the Griffiths Park and Rome and that type of stuff when they complete the program. So very cool things coming up at HFHO BOCES.
That's awesome. There's really, honestly, like sometimes people will loosely say, oh, there's something for everyone at this expo. But there's really something for everyone at BOCES.
Absolutely. We just had our open house a couple weeks ago. You were there. You got to see, just the ondoings throughout the night. And there's multiple programs, multiple opportunities. And what I said earlier, too, if people were watching with the whole trying it before you go to college, what's nice about us, too, is say you start a program and you're like in it for a week and you decide, boy, this isn't what I thought. You know, we do have those other programs that you can explore and maybe find a better fit while you're right at BOCES doing that. So I myself was a product of BOCES, and for me, it was one of the best experiences of my life. If I have time to share a quick story, my guidance counselor had said to me, what are you going to do with your life when you graduate? And I had said, well, I want to be an actor. That was like my dream, was to be a, next action movie star or comedy movie star or something like that. And she said, well, what happens when you audition and you don't get your first part? And I said, I never thought of that. She said, well, you need something to fall back on. She said, I know this program at BOCES Broadcasting. I actually took the program that I'm now teaching. And she says, I think it would be wonderful for you because it gives you that behind-the-scenes stuff, too. And I went up, I absolutely fell in love with it, so much so that I decided to stick with broadcasting and have now come back full circle, worked in the field professionally for a few years, and now I'm teaching it because it gives me the opportunity to see, like with your class, for example, what you guys are capable of doing and the type of skill that you're going to bring into the working world when you graduate.
Yeah. Yeah, you learn things behind the camera, you learn things on camera. For me, it was a great stepping stone right into this program. So many similarities. It was really awesome, and we're almost out of time, so I just want to say thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me up here. I appreciate it.
And where can people go to find out more information about your program and other BOCES programs?
About my program and about the BOCES we offer, you can check out our website, the Herkimer BOCES. If you Google them, I believe the actual website is herkimer-boces.org. But if you Google Herkimer BOCES, you'll be able to see it. And also, a quick little shout out to my program. If you go on YouTube and you look up Broadcast Oc or Herkimer BOCES, you'll see all the videos that my students, including some of the ones you have produced in the past, will be up there as well.
Don't look up mine. They're embarrassing. Okay. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right, Sean, I'll send it back over to you.
Okay, thanks, Melissa, and thank you for joining us. That's HCTV News for tonight. Just a reminder, you can catch HCTV News every Thursday afternoon at 5 o'clock throughout this semester. You can also catch encore presentations Fridays at 5 as well. Newscasts are also archived on our YouTube channel, and find us on Facebook too. For everyone here in the Communication Arts programs here at Herkimer College, I'm Sean Messier. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.